both of you obviously worked on the first movie, and something I loved about Den of Thieves 2 is it felt like such a natural progression of this story, just when it comes to certain plot points and characters and developments and things like that. So I'm just kind of curious, was it always like when you were working on the first movie, did you have this whole idea in mind for this sequel, or when did that kind of come about?
Yes, we've the the long form of the story was sort of mapped out from the very beginning. In researching Den 1, we came across so much material we couldn't jam it all into one movie. It's almost like we had material for several seasons of a show. So then we knew we would sort of sparse it out over the course of several films. So, we were trying to build a franchise from the very beginning based on very elaborate, fascinating heists all over the world. We knew from the beginning we wanted to go to Europe, specifically into the world of diamonds, and explore that. We met all the appropriate people. And the police who were involved, from the diamond police to the investigations of the major heists. We met the thieves from the Balkans, hung out with them, and got all the material that's the basis of the movie.
Sure, sure. It sounds like a lot of work, but it turned out so good.
Movies are a lot of work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure. So Christian, in addition to directing the movie, you also wrote it, and I've always kind of wondered just what the process of writing a heist movie is like, because I love the genre so much, and I think it's so cool just watching all the steps come together. So do you start with the idea of let's have them rob like these jewels, like you were saying, or do you kind of come up with like individual steps, like the part that when they're doing the stuff on the roof, and then kind of work backwards from there?
No, it's honestly, it's just doing the research. It's finding out about actual heists, then finding a way to contact those people that were involved, and then really getting the real details how it was actually done, because that's super fascinating to me, to all of us. I mean, like how these things are pulled off, the people that do them, why they do it, and how they do it is really, really endlessly interesting. And I'm just a fan of it. I just out of pure curiosity, I enjoy going in and doing, meeting the people and discussing it. And it's in the devil's in the details, right? It's while you're researching, you discover all these great moments, and you're basically just stacking them, right? You're kind of putting them all together. And then when you really do the work, which, as you said, takes a long time, a lot of travel, going to places, meeting people, spending a lot of time with them, just so you're not a tourist in the world. You want to really immerse yourself in the world, so you got to spend time. Then they get to trust you and know you. Then the walls come down, and they open up more and more to you. You get more information. And then, frankly, at that point, it just writes itself.
Mm. Sure, sure. No, that makes total sense. Another thing I loved about this movie is just kind of the character dynamics between Donnie and Nick, and especially how they kind of change from the first movie, because that's very much they're up against one another, and in here they're kind of, I mean, they're working together a little bit more. And I really like the scene where they kind of just go out clubbing and then they have that drunken conversation over shawarma. I thought that was really cool. But I'm just kind of curious how you would like define the relationship overall in the course of these two movies. Do you think that they are actually like benefiting one another in any way, or do you view it more as like a toxic relationship between Nick and Donnie?
No, I don't think it's toxic. I think they're supposed to be on opposite. The thing with gangsters and cops is oftentimes there's a respect there. There's often maybe even a little bit of an appreciation, because they all work in it's like one big business. It's one big ecosystem. They're all a part of it. And I think they actually realize they actually like each other much more than they would ever had suspected. So I think their fondness for each other is genuine.